While Peter is usually the one causing absolute chaos, Lois has definitely stepped out of line and crossed some major boundaries of her own.
Her airways jammed. Come on now, just like that.
Over the years, the seemingly perfect housewife has found herself in some truly cringe-inducing, highly questionable romantic scenarios that leave you staring at the screen in pure shock. Today, we are breaking down times Lois Griffin cheated on Peter. Let's start the show. Kicking off our list of the most shocking times Lois stepped out on Peter is Season 9, Episode 9, and I'm Joyce Kinney. What happens when Lois makes a new friend and reveals a deeply buried secret from her college days? Well, her entire scandalous past is broadcast on the local news, leading to some massive questions about who actually fathered her children. Let's break it down. The drama starts when Lois becomes fast friends with Quahog's newest news anchor, Joyce Kinney. Over some drinks, the two women start swapping very personal stories.
Lois, I feel like we're really bonding here tonight. Come on, let's hear it.
Believing they have an ironclad bond, Lois drops a massive bombshell. Back in college, she actually starred in an adult film.
All right. Well, when I was in college, I was in an adult film.
Lois assumes her secret is completely safe, but she gets a terrifying wake-up call the next day when she turns on the television.
I can't believe this!
Lois, you were in a
She totally betrayed me. I thought girlfriends were supposed to support each other.
Joyce ruthlessly broadcasts Lois's highly questionable movie past to the entire town on the evening news. When an outraged Lois confronts her, Joyce reveals a shocking twist. Lois mercilessly bullied Joyce back in high school, and this was all an elaborate, decade-long revenge plot.
And that doesn't give you any reason to humiliate me like this.
Boo-hoo. You don't like it? You can go talk to a reporter.
Instead of hiding in shame, Lois makes the incredibly bold decision to completely own her past. She actually brings a copy of the adult film to church and screens it for the entire congregation. Amazingly, everyone is totally into it, and Lois's reputation is saved. But how does this tie into her cheating on Peter? Well, while the timeline suggests the film was made before they were married, a closer look at the movie reveals a deeply uncomfortable detail.
Look at that. See, now I'm really starting to get suspicious.
This visual bombshell creates some heavy speculation that Peter might not actually be Chris's biological father, keeping a secret that massive from your husband for decades, and potentially hiding the true paternity of his own son, is undeniably a massive betrayal, easily earning this highly questionable moment a spot on our list. Coming in at number 2 on our list of the most incredibly awkward times Lois stepped out on Peter is Season 21, Episode 3, A Wife-Changing Experience. What happens when your husband's paralyzed best friend accidentally sees you changing? Well, if you are Lois Griffin, you use it as a massive ego boost and continuously flaunt yourself in front of his window. Let's get into this highly uncomfortable situation. The whole disaster starts at Peter and Lois's anniversary party at the Pewterschmidt mansion. Carter actually gifts them a brand new car, and Lois heads into the bathroom to change her clothes.
I'm gonna go change out of this wetsuit.
But an unsuspecting Joe accidentally wheels his way right into the room and gets an eyeful of a completely unclothed Lois.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
If that wasn't awkward enough, this accidental peep show miraculously cures Joe's long-standing biological issues, leaving him fully standing at attention. The next day, Bonnie excitedly runs over to tell Lois the amazing news. For the first time in 9 years, Joe was actually able to perform his manly duties in the bedroom. Lois immediately connects the dots and realizes Joe's sudden cure was completely fueled by the image of her.
Because he was thinking of me. Chris?
I've been caught, but I'll never be sorry.
Instead of feeling weird about her friend's husband fantasizing about her, Lois gets a massive, intoxicating ego boost. Chasing that new sense of validation, Lois starts purposefully putting on a show for Joe. She even goes out into the yard and tries to look incredibly sexy while scraping dog poop off her shoes.
Come on, you busy?
Should I get the pump?
No need. Let's do this.
Knowing full well that Joe is eagerly spying on her from his window. But the neighborhood's resident creep, Quagmire, happens to catch Joe acting like a peeping Tom and immediately marches over to tell Peter that his wife is putting on a show.
What I'm trying to tell you is I saw Lois strutting around your front yard, basically putting on a show for Joe, and he was into it.
What?
When Peter confronts his wife about her highly inappropriate yard displays, Lois tries to justify her actions by claiming she is doing a noble public service for Joe's marriage.
That's not what you're doing. You're flaunting yourself in front of the whole neighborhood just to boost your own ego.
Peter perfectly calls her out, pointing out that she is just flaunting herself in front of the neighborhood to boost her own ego. Completely ignoring her husband's feelings, Lois marches right over to Joe's front door to offer him an exclusive, up-close performance. Surprisingly, Joe acts like the bigger man and respectfully turns her down, stating he just can't do that to Peter.
Sorry, Lois, I can't do this to Peter, but please know that you have done a great service for my and Bonnie's
life.
But since her ego is still totally out of control, Lois decides she can offer her highly illegal services to an entire hospital wing of disabled veterans,
Lois Griffin, reporting for duty.
which promptly gets her arrested by the police. Flaunting yourself for your husband's paralyzed best friend simply because you wanted extra attention definitely earns this a top spot on our list.
Boy, you really made some mistakes in your life, haven't you, you little piece of trash?
Coming in at number 3 on our list of the most shocking times Lois stepped out on her marriage is Season 5, Episode 13, Bill and Peter's Bogus Journey. What happens when Peter becomes best friends with a former United States president? Well, Lois tries to step in and end the friendship, but ends up falling for the politician's charm and sleeping with him instead. Let's get right into this wild storyline. The whole highly questionable situation begins when Peter is tasked by the Secret Service to help fix a flat tire on former President Bill Clinton's car.
Hey, I appreciate your help, man. We're a little overloaded because I'm having a fat chick party back here.
Bill is busy hosting a fat chick party in the back seat, so Peter tries to show off by manually lifting the heavy car himself, which horribly destroys his back.
Oh my God!
Call an ambulance!
Feeling bad for him, Bill visits Peter in the hospital and promises to show him the absolute time of his life.
When you get out of here, I'm gonna take you out and show you the time of your life.
The two instantly become best friends, acting like total teenagers by hanging out at Chuck E. Cheese, making prank calls and getting highly elevated while staring at pigs on a farm.
Could it really be that fast?
Peter, that pig could be in our stomachs in like 1 minute.
Eventually, Peter passes out on the kitchen floor, leading Lois to officially declare that the former president is a terrible influence.
What the did you and Bill do last night?
We lived, Lois. We lived our lives.
She completely forbids Peter from hanging out with him, but Peter completely ignores her. Deciding to handle things herself, Lois marches straight over to Bill's place to personally impeach him from Peter's life.
Mr. President, I need to have a word with you.
But Bill turns out to be incredibly persuasive. Instead of telling him off, Lois falls right into his trap and actually sleeps with him.
Oh God, what am I gonna do?
To make matters even worse, Peter walks into the room to confess that he just swiped some cash from Lois's purse, only to catch his wife and his best friend right in the middle of the act.
I'm so sorry, Peter.
Lois, I think maybe it's better if I stay at Quagmire's for a while.
Desperate to save their shattered marriage, Lois offers Peter the ultimate apology, a completely free pass to sleep with absolutely anyone he wants, no questions asked. Peter wastes no time and shockingly chooses Lois's own mother, Babs.
My mother?
Yeah.
Why?
Amazingly, her mother is totally down for it, making for the most awkward family dynamic imaginable.
I like your freaky spirit, but it's your craw I'm after.
Luckily, Peter backs out at the very last second. He realizes he loves Lois too much.
I love you, and I don't care that you slept with Clinton. We'll get past it somehow.
Oh, Peter.
So he forgives her infidelity and decides to sacrifice his friendship with Bill instead. But honestly, giving into a politician's charm when you were supposed to be yelling at him definitely earns this moment a top spot on our list.
Boy, you are good. You are really good.
Wrapping up our list of the most shocking times Lois stepped out on Peter is Season 8, Episode 10, Big Man on Hippocampus. What happens when Peter suffers a massive head injury and completely forgets who his family is? Well, Lois eventually packs her bags, moves out, and falls right into the highly opportunistic waiting arms of Glenn Quagmire. Let's break down this wild finale. The chaos kicks off when the Griffins appear as contestants on Family Feud.
All right, name something you find in your bathroom.
Me masturbating.
All right, show me him masturbating.
After losing the final round, Peter gets a little too aggressive with the host, gets violently knocked out, and wakes up with a severe case of amnesia.
What happened? Where am I? Who are you?
I'm Lois.
Lois who?
Lois tries absolutely everything to jog his memory, showing him old home movies and wedding tapes, but Peter's mind is completely blank.
I think that girl likes me.
Of course she does. She's your wife. Do you like her?
Yeah, I don't know.
However, Peter quickly realizes that he is married to Lois and decides to take full advantage of the physical perks of their relationship after spying on her in the closet.
I forget how to make love.
Shh. That's okay.
Wow.
But because he has no memory of their emotional bond, Peter refuses to commit to just one woman, claiming that being faithful to Lois is like eating only one flavor of ice cream for the rest of his life.
You don't have to. I'm leaving, and I'm taking the kids with me.
Furious with his new highly inappropriate playboy attitude, Lois packs up the kids and officially moves out of the house. This is exactly the moment Quagmire has been waiting his entire life for. Hearing that Lois is suddenly single, he immediately swoops in and invites her over for a home-cooked dinner.
Holy smokes, this is a sure thing. Like the end of a Mexican wedding.
Lois falls hook, line, and sinker for his trap. After just half a glass of wine, she conveniently claims to feel lightheaded, and Quagmire eagerly helps her upstairs into his bedroom. Things get highly intimate extremely fast, with Lois rationalizing that if Peter is truly gone forever, it is nice to find comfort in the arms of a trusted friend.
I mean, it's a little strange, but if Peter's never coming back to me, it's at least nice to know I'm in the arms of a trusted friend.
But right before they cross the point of no return, Peter spectacularly busts through the door. It turns out Peter finally got his memory back just in the nick of time.
I don't believe it! Sweetheart, it's you! You're back!
And he tearfully declares his love for Lois, begging to have their old life back. While Lois didn't technically step out on a mentally sound Peter, running straight into the bedroom of his best friend the very second their marriage hits a major roadblock easily secures this deeply uncomfortable moment the final spot on our list.